Hello YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with the Taurus G3c with Holosun HS507c red dot range review. So I was at the Goat Whisperer's Ranch today and I took this little hot rod out for a little bit of range time. Let me give you a little breakdown of this gun. This is a striker fired steel sitting on polymer striker fired firearm. Comes with 3 magazines, 12 round capacity plus 1 in the chamber. This is the TORO edition, which means it has an optic cut with the plates. I went ahead and put a Holosun on it. Now the G3c is just like the G2c. The upgrades that you get with this are all metal steel sights. Got a blacked out rear with a white dot front sight, and they are Glock compatible. So that's the main upgrade that you get with this gun. And with the TORO edition, like I said, it's got the optic cut. So I ran this gun, and when I went ahead and put the Holosun on, I kind of told you guys that the Taurus did a great job of giving you a wonderful manual that made it very, very clear which plate to use, which screws to use. Just great manual that made this easy to mount. And so when I mounted it, I went ahead and I put the laser bore sight on, and I've got a video on using a laser bore sight, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this Holosun. So when I put on my last gun, it was Micro Max with a Crimson Trace 1550 on it, and it had the adjustments to adjust your red dot, and it came with an Allen wrench. And in the manual, it went ahead and told you how to do it. And it was manageable. It wasn't hard to do at all. But when I got this one out, Holosun gave you a tool that looks a little bit like this. And this made adjusting your red dot, zeroing it really, really easy. And something that I really liked on it is it goes ahead and puts on the red dot the direction you go for up and the direction you go for right. And when I put this tool on into the guide, very, very tactile, very auditory on the clicks, which made zeroing this using a bore sight dramatically better than the 1550. Now, this retails for right around that $250, $300 mark. The 1550 retails right around that $150, $200 mark. So that is one of the benefits that you get. Also on this gun, and I don't know, that reticle on there is just amazing. And when I took this to the range, because of that outer circle, when you bring this gun up to point, your eyes are just naturally drawn to that circle, which then zeroes you into that dot. And I found myself picking up this red dot so much quicker than the 1550. Now, if you look, and I'll put a link in the description below, on that Crimson Trace 1550, I shot very well. I shot very accurate with it. It was a great red dot. I'd recommend it to anybody, but this is a different red dot. I mean, you are getting a lot of quality with this red dot, and I was very, very accurate with it. Didn't need to do any adjustment at the range. Now, I was shooting at 20 yards, and I was ringing that steel anywhere from the 6-inch target to the 14-inch target. I was running it really well. Now, with a red dot, kind of the purpose of that is quick, fast follow-up shots. So I was pushing it a little bit hard today, and I don't run a red dot. So I was hitting 7 to 8 out of 10 at 20 yards. I was pretty happy with that, and it was shooting good. I had the reliability that I had with the G2c, ran lots and lots of rounds through this today, and it was a wonderful setup. So, you know, the ridiculousness of having such an expensive red dot on a budget pistol may seem a little silly, but I think there's a lot of people out there that may be interested in this whole setup. Home, taxes, FFL fees, everything was $600. And if you wanted to get, for instance, a SIG X Compact, the cheapest you're going to get that for is $600. So this is a reliable pistol. This is a good and accurate pistol. This came with 3 mags. It's a great setup. And this red dot makes it easier to get on target, especially for a layperson. So, I would definitely recommend the Holosun 507c. G3c is great, and if you're wanting to run a red dot, TORO is a great option. And I love that 3 mag option with the wonderful manual that made this easy to do. I don't think you're making a bad decision to get a setup that looks just like this. It's going to be a little bit harder to find a holster for this exact setup, but I looked it up on Amazon. You can find them. It's a great option. So if you like what I had to say today, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this with some buddies. Comments are always appreciated down below. And you stay classy, YouTube.
I learned a lesson. Never half-ass 2 things. Whole-ass 1 thing.